Hello, happy people. I hope you are having an amazing day today. Today I wanted to take a look to a short poem that was done by Lovecraft and so forth. It was published in 1916 in the Poesy collection and so forth. It's called An American to Mother England. It was very fast. I read it for my first time a couple of days ago in just a fast little. It wasn't even like 5 minutes and so forth. It's a very, very fast one. You can definitely tell that he's a bit of an Anglophile, which is a fancy word for somebody like England and so forth, because he talks about how great England has made him and all the people and so forth. And as somebody who grew up in New England, you can probably see why a New English person would like this, right? And that sort of thing. And so forth. He definitely is a fan of Columbus here. Talks about him a lot. I think he might be confusing him as Columbus as an English person. I'm sure he didn't know that, right? But it definitely seems like Columbus was a big key part in his life and a big hero, and so forth, and such in this poem. And so forth. Now the poem does have, as I was going back and reading it, this was the first thing I had read after the horror at Red Hook. That just published it and such, and I can see some of the concepts and so forth too from the horror and Red Hook, in his concepts of his love for his mother race that founded him and made him special and great and so forth, the English people and such. There's nothing wrong with being proud of your race, but you can see some of that and so forth. And Columbus isn't English, he's Italian, right? And he was sent by a Spanish expedition and so forth. But there's some weird things here in this fast little poem. But you might disagree, so let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I thought it was fun, a little fast, a little right, and so forth. I think some of the words that he uses get into the way of the poor story. And you can definitely tell he's not being a very critical person of his mother England and so forth. And that's why I think he puts it in An American to Mother England, right? Not England, my inheritance, but I need to be critical of you for giving me slavery and so forth. And he actually talks about the slaves and so forth here too, and so forth. And so that's why, after having just read it after the controversial horror at Red Hook, which has a lot of racism in it too, and so saying, well, yeah, there's a lot of that here too. He can see, and that carried on in this work, and so forth. So there you are. I'm going to go ahead and leave it to you, but that is American to Mother England. It's a poem. I'll link it to you in the comments below for you folks. It's okay. It's not the best poem I've read by him. It's not the worst poem. It is probably the worst poem I read by him, but I've only read like 3. This and Funky You Goth in American. So, right, because I've only read 3. But I think it'd be fun to knock out some other ones. And so we're basically being a little uncritical of how England impacted other people. He talks about it conquering the rest of the planets and this good stuff with them. But this is clearly not great, because of the colonial era and so forth that we were in the height of and such. So I feel like this is a little weird to go back and read it in the time when even English people would be like, yeah, we screwed up a lot of ways at this time. In the colonial era at this time that he's writing this poem and getting it published. But this is in his early era in the teens when he published it in the 19-teens. And so forth. This is in his early era and such. But yeah, so it feels weird to go back and read it. And it's not the best written poem either. I'm only giving it a 5 out of 10 for you folks. But your thoughts may vary, and that's fine. Just let me know what your thoughts about this poem is in the comments below if you've read it. Again, I'll link it to you. Don't want to get it long for you to read it. An American in Mother England. You can definitely see his Anglophile nature. Again, the fancy word for somebody who just loves England. And such, and so you can definitely see that here, and so forth, and see him really sort of work that out. All right, so there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. If you like this video, why not hit the subscribe button to be notified of my videos? I try to do 3 of these every week. Reviews of older things in the fantasy, science fiction, and horror genres. 3 reviews, and this is part of that, and such. And then also, you can also go back and check it out. His other stuff. I've done a bunch of reviews with him too. and so forth too. If you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon, I also do reviews of things like video games and a serial Saturday where I do the old forgotten storytelling genres of movie and TV serial that really packed the theaters back in the pulp era too, and such. So this is definitely some fun stuff in the channel that I try to do for you folks. And then, so if you like that, you probably like this too. All right, and so there you are. And then I want to thank you so much, for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my videos, because we all have so many things, right, that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So the fact that you spent this time with me, that's incredibly humbling, and I appreciate it so very, very much. And as you can tell, again, my channel's passion is about older things and unpacking them for you folks in a spoiler-free way. And this, if you like that, again, that comes from the channel. The channel's name is The Worst Thing About New Books. That's a quote by a French philosopher, Jacques Joubert, who said that the worst thing about them was that they kept us from reading the old ones, right? So that's a passion of mine, finding some of these older things that were definitely influential. And again, have an awesome day, and thanks.